February the 11th, 1990 was one of the great days in the history of South Africa. The leader of the African National Congress, Nelson Mandela, left Victor Verster prison outside Cape Town a free man for the first time for 27 years. In 1964, he'd been sentenced to prison for life on charges of treason against the state. He'd spent most of his time in the notorious prison on Robben Island off South Africa's southern coast. His wife Winnie was with him as he walked out to freedom, cheered by the small crowd the police had allowed close to the jail. Later in Cape Town, it was a different story. 50,000 people turned out to greet their hero, who was taken to stay at Bishop's Court, Archbishop Tutu's residence on the slopes of Table Mountain. It could hardly have been a greater contrast to the grim conditions the ANC leader had lived in for so many years. His first words in public for a quarter of a century were greetings to the world in the name of peace, democracy and freedom for all. He thanked those who'd campaigned on his behalf through the years and praised President de Klerk as a man of integrity. But he also warned that political protest must continue until all black South Africans were free and equal partners with the whites. At his first press conference, he was asked for his impressions of South Africa and about the welcome he'd received.
I must confess I'm unable to describe my emotions. I was completely overwhelmed by the enthusiasm. It's something I did not expect. And I will be merely rationalizing if I told you that I am able to describe my own feelings. It was breathtaking. That's all I can say.
But the euphoria surrounding Mr. Mandela's release was short-lived. His ANC supporters were soon fighting with members of the Zulu Inkatha movement, and the white right wing in South Africa were also outraged at the government's decision to release him. Violence in South Africa seemed set for many years to come.